been doing? You retired, you've been off like 2 seasons now. What is post-retirement life like? And have you ever, because I feel like all athletes have this moment, have you ever thought to yourself, I think I can go back and play?
Oh man, it's been fun for me, bro. I've been chilling, man. I've been enjoying being a dad. I started doing some YouTube stuff, just kind of interviewing guys, talking some football, doing some podcasts and stuff. It's been fun. I kind of took a break during the season, kind of got back on my health and working out and all that good stuff, man, enjoying my kids and their sports. And, sometimes I look at the game and I see things that are happening and obviously as a former player that walked away, you always feel like, you know what, I can come back and make some of those plays. I can do, some of those things, but I really haven't thought about going back to play, man. When I walked off the field, I was kind of done with it. I had did everything that I wanted to do, accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to leave the game, on my own terms. And I felt like I had put in what I wanted to put in. And it was time for me to walk away.
You like to look at the game and see what's happening. Glover, here's what's happening now. One of your closest favorite teammates over your career was a guy we love, Darius Slay. Big play Slay, the Slay maker. You've described him as a little brother. Now, though, he's a big man with the Eagles, and he's got huge challenges over the next couple of weeks. Darius Slay has to face Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Now, you've played those guys. You used to be in the same division as Rodgers for years. What advice would you give your little brother on keeping Wilson and Rodgers in check?
Well, Slay knows he's gonna have a long day because he's gonna probably be on, DK Metcalf and Davante Adams. 2 top guys. DK Metcalf is having a great season, and then obviously when you combine that with Russell Wilson, that makes the challenge even tougher because you're going to have to stay in coverage longer. He's going to scramble around, make plays, and then DK Metcalf is just a young specimen, fast, big, strong. So he's gonna have his work cut out. And obviously, he's played against Davante Adams for so many years. And, I've watched him go against Davante so many times, and I think he know him really well. But Aaron's going to be the same thing. He's going to throw it to him. So I think Slay knows he's going to have to be on top of his game. And I went to a lot of battles with Slay, and he has my respect. And if I got to ride with anybody in those 2 matchups, I got to ride with my dog Slay. So DK Metcalf, Davante Adams, be ready for a long day.
Be ready. Okay. That's a good little preview. I know that the Seahawks play the Eagles on Monday night, but let's go back to last week. It was just a week ago that we saw DeAndre Hopkins catch that Hail Mary pass from Kyler Murray. Now, look, you're a Pro Bowl safety. Was there anything those 3 defensive backs could have done to stop DeAndre Hopkins in that historic play?
Well, I guess when you talk about Hail Marys, I'm probably not the one to answer that question. But, I think, a lot of times when it's a jump ball like that, unless a DB has a good beat on the ball and he can attack that ball going forward, if you're just jumping straight up or kind of going backwards, those receivers that are, probably taller and probably have better ball skills than a lot of those guys, they're going to be able to go up and get that ball. And, it's unfortunate that, you have 3 guys, but as you can see, Tre'Davious White is kind of leaning backwards, so he's not at his highest vertical point. Poyer comes across and, he can't get to the ball, and then Micah Hyde's behind him, and you got a guy, as great as DeAndre Hopkins, as strong with hands as he has. Once he get his mitts on that thing, it's hard to get it out of there, and, you look up and, he goes up and make a huge play like that to win the game.
All right, well, it's the holiday season, so we're going to make you feel really good.
You're going to go there?
We're going to go there. So we would think Rodgers against the Lions on a Thursday night, but we've got one even better, even further back in your career, one that is very specific to you, my friend. Jaguars 2010.
Oh, no.
Game is tied, 3 seconds left. GQ, what happens here?
Hey, man, you know what? All I'm going to say is I did what I was coached to do, and it just didn't work out fine. It just didn't work out the right way. I batted the ball. That's what we had practiced. And in that situation, I was young, right? So I was young, and they gave me the task of doing that. And they used to always joke with me during the walkthrough, like, man, you ain't gonna knock the ball down. You're gonna intercept. And I was like, you know what? Because I hadn't caught my first pick at that time. And I was like, nah, bro, I ain't trying to catch a pig. I ain't trying to do nothing crazy. I'm trying to win this game. I was all about winning. Like, bump the stats, I wanted to win. And so if knocking the ball down was going to help secure the win, that's what I was going to do. And so I go up to bat it down, and, you know, when I hit it, you know, and it was so pretty. I could have easily picked the ball. I saw it the whole entire time.
So pretty. And you would have won.
But I tried to do the right thing and knock it down, and, you know, it unfortunately ended in that way. But like I said, I will say this right here, because I know you guys not going to bring it up, but I think 2 weeks later, I came back with a broken hand and caught 3 picks in one game. So
there we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Those highlights, we don't have those. But yeah, let's bring this party back up, shall we, Mr. Quin? I right away, when we heard we were having you on, went and looked at the illustrious list of quarterbacks that were on the wrong side of a GQ interception. Let's say this: Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger. Which interception is the most memorable of your career?
You know what? I will have to say, you know, just thinking from a game perspective and the magnitude of the game, I will have to say my first interception against Drew Brees, probably the most memorable, because, for one, I'm a huge Drew Brees fan, respect him, you know, probably one of my toughest quarterbacks to play against. And in that moment, being able to make that play at that time against a quarterback like that to help us win that game, that was huge. But I can't lie, it feels really good to have a Peyton Manning ball on the wall. So I will say that it feels great.
GQ, we appreciate you joining us, man. Thank you so much for having a little fun with us, even though we were taking a few shots at you. You're one of the best to do it when you played. Enjoy retirement. Hey, listen, and for everybody that's not following GQ, follow him every social media platform, YouTube. Check out the